What's up guys, good afternoon, it's Christine and this is another series of our tech reviews. Today I'm joined by a techie and I want him to introduce himself because he's amazing and I'm about to learn as you guys learn with me also about the S23 and the S23 Plus gadgets. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Nick, as she said, I'm a tech blogger and of course we have talked about the S23 series.
Mko wapi? Where are you guys watching us from? Thank you so much for joining me, Nick. Nick is a blogger with tech trends, which means he's really conversant with the tech world. He knows everything about the features of the gadget. And you know me, I'm going to introduce you in the simplest way possible. I'm going to simplify these gadgets for you. He's very technical, so he's going to tell you guys about the features, the amazing things that you're getting from the S23 and the S23 Plus. And I already told you about the Galaxy S23 Ultra in the previous video, but today we are going to focus on the two models only. What's more, we have some amazing giveaways for you, so stay tuned. If you're watching us from Facebook, please share this video. You will not win anything if you don't share the video. That is our key catch all the time. If you're not a sharer, hautashinda anything, alright? Sawa. Umekumbuka hiyo part?
Yes, nimekumbuka.
Alright, very nice. So, Nick, I want us to dive right in. Alafu kwanza tusalimie watu. Watu wanasema tafungua mlango tuko hapa nje. Welcome guys. These are YouTube people. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Please comment with any questions that you have. We picked some of your questions and we'll be addressing them here today. So we are going to break this live in very simple format so that you guys can follow clearly. So let me give you the hints for you to win. First of all, for every feature that we address, there is a question that follows. So if I were you, I would take a notebook. Kama uko na notebook, anza kuandika. If you don't have the notebook, you have the S23 Ultra, get your S Pen out and get ready to start taking the points because questions are coming for every feature that we address. And I'm going to kick off with Nick, starting with whichever feature he likes the most. Which is your favorite feature? Tuanze na hiyo.
Samsung has been pushing the Galaxy series as camera-centric phones. And of course, one of the features I was really looking forward to on the new Galaxy phones, the S23, has been the camera.
Yes, the camera. Everybody loves the camera.
Yes.
Kwanza watu wa selfies. Hi, selfie people. The guys who want to be at the parties, being the ones sending the photos. This is going to be for you. So tell me about this camera.
The camera, of course, there are a lot of new features. Yeah, should I have to try or should you decide to buy this device? Maybe if anyone has bought the Ultra, they have tried that already. And I think, I don't know talking about maybe the nightography feature.
Nightography.
Yeah, that is actually very, very, very important, especially for guys who love, all those night photos and all that. Because there are a lot of improvements that Samsung has done on this particular device. A lot of AI enhancements, so that you're able to capture those nice photos you need to use at night.
So you guys know I'm obsessed with AI, I'm obsessed with Internet of Things. I'm like the futuristic kind of person. I like living in the future. And what Nick is saying and telling us is that the Samsung S23 series, the entire series, first of all, it comes with three phones. The models that we have here, we have the S23 itself, the S23 Plus, and the S23 Ultra, right? So today we are addressing these two. The S23, the one that fits perfectly in my hands, is one. The S23 Plus, the one that fits perfectly in your hands, and we finished the S23 Ultra. So what Nick is saying is the camera on the entire series is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. In this sense, I will let him tell us about the AI used to enable the nightography, and then I will paint a clear picture for you of how this nightography fits perfectly in your life. So tell us about this AI. I know this camera comes with three lenses, right? It has the 50 MP, the 12 and the 10. So also, other than that, what else makes this camera so amazing? Because you can have all these megapixels, you can have all this going on with your phone, but even when you do photos in low light, still it doesn't come as crisp as you want it. What makes the S23 capable to do this?
I think it's not really. I know it's because of the AI and all this what happens behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it's able to actually, how AI works. So we've been reading about, for example, ChatGPT, how it's able to identify things.
Yeah.
And just process all these images into just one good, nice image you can actually use.
Yeah.
So we'll just put all these components together and okay, like if for example I'm in a dark room, right?
Yeah.
It's able to automatically switch into night mode for me to actually get that specific night shot I want.
So this also works for both images and videos. Guys, this is not just for photos. And it works on both the front and the back camera. So the selfie and the back camera. So let me paint a picture for you. You're in a party. sherehe, and then it's a room that is, dim lighting makes the party looks even better. Even if you're not in a party, you're in a room that the lighting is not as amazing as you'd expect. So what this phone does is, first of all, you don't want to put your flash on, because flashes are like 1990s. Guys, don't be putting flashes on people. You're burning their eyes, okay? So what this camera does is, you're doing the photo, and then the AI on this camera is the one that is going to do the work for you. So the lighting is just as it is. So you don't need to adjust the light, you don't need to put the lights on, you don't need to washer the flash. You will do the photo as the lighting is, and then the camera is going to work its magic behind the scenes. That's what you're talking about, the AI.
Yes.
It's going to work the magic behind the scenes, process this photo for you in that to appear exactly as you look from this point of view. So if I'm looking at you and there's proper lighting, this is how you would look. And that is exactly how you look like when you take your photo with the S23 and the S23 Plus. The entire series, to be precise.
Yes.
Same applies for the video.
Exactly.
It's the same logic. So if you want to do videos, if you want to be the guy that after parties, after hangouts, after, even spending time with people, what are like, send me those photos, please. I really like that, right? It gives you a vibe. Everybody wants to be you when they grow up. So this is the right camera for you. Now let's speak to the creators, the content creators, the aspiring content creators. In this time and this era, 2023, we are in the time of creating content, making money out of content creation. So you mentioned something when we were having a conversation earlier about doing photography outside in the night with this kind of phone and videos. So I want us to go now to, you mentioned that if I'm a content creator, even if I want to do content whatever time of the day, it may be during the day or at night, it may be in whatever setup, right? This, other than it being able to capture the nightography, there's something else you mentioned about stability.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that one.
Yeah, so of course, over there we've heard about optical image stabilization. I know Samsung is adding what
optical image stabilization.
Yeah.
Guys, please note these words down. Note these words down. They are very important. Optical image stabilization.
Exactly.
Optical means photo.
Yes, photo.
Light.
Yeah.
Optic. Optic is light.
Yeah.
Image. Image means it could be motion image, it could be a still image. So image is covering the photo that is still and the video as well.
Yes.
Stabilization
Just
is just exactly what we are saying. It makes it stable.
Yes.
Break it down for us.
Yeah, so Samsung has added what they're calling now video stabilization is I think VDIS or something. Yeah. So because the problem is, you've seen those videos people share online, even a number of content creators. The videos being shaky and all that. So what Samsung has done with the S23 series is they've added this feature that now allows you to basically just hold your phone and record that video without it being blurry or shaky, and just get us a good nice image to share for your audience.
Guys, let me paint a picture again. I like painting pictures for you because this guy is techie. So he's going to confuse you a bit. If you're a techie guy, you should be listening to him because he makes a lot of sense to the techie guys. For the layman like myself, I like simplifying it for us so that you see how this phone fits in your life, alright? So what does this stabilization do for you? There are sometimes you need to do a photo of something that is in motion. If you've ever used any Samsung Galaxy phone, you already have the motion photography feature that is already applicable there. But what is happening with the S23 series is the improved AI that is able to stabilize even your videos. So that means even if the subject of your photo is in motion, or even the person that is doing the photo is in motion. So it could be the subject or it could be the person behind the camera. That's what it means, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Nick, don't allow me to lie. So what it means is if the subject of the photo is in motion, for example, I want to record Nick dancing, right? Nick dancing or Nick running. Can you dance?
No, I can't dance.
Or Nick running. We are creating content for our YouTube channel. But Nick is a bit unstable, he's moving around. Or we are moving around. Like for example, if you're going to do content for travel, this one fits perfectly for you. If you're going to do traveling content, you're in motion, you're in a car, the car is moving like so. You don't want to have your videos looking like you're also moving. You want somebody when they're watching your video, they don't tell that you're actually in motion. They feel like, this guy really, this video is something that I can resonate with. That is what the stabilizer does.
Yeah, so what it does, it recognizes the lighting conditions and now stabilizes, that video, whatever footage you're taking into that specific scene.
Oh, so there's something about the frames. Tell me about these frames because I see, so break it down how photos work. Because the only photography I did in high school was the pinhole camera. Hey, what system was that? So when a photo is being done, when somebody is creating content, tell us the behind the scenes of how a photo appears. Because I know there's a frame, and then there's another frame, and then the frames are meeting. Make it clear for these guys.
Like maybe just in layman's, basically how you point at something, then your eyes identify that particular thing, then digest whatever information you want to digest from that particular thing. Basically, that's basically just how a normal camera would work, or maybe a phone camera.
Yeah.
So just look at a scene, digest whatever, digest, then keep the information.
So what I understand from this is if I'm looking at a phone, for example, or a tree, when I'm looking at a tree, the way even the human brain works, it has to put all the images, all the elements about the tree together so that I'm able to see it as a tree, to recognize it as a tree, right?
Yes.
Let's make sure, don't allow me to lie again, right? So what this camera is doing is it's able to process this information really fast, in that by the time it's coming to my eyes, I'm seeing the image as it is. So if I was targeting to see a whole scene from point A to point B, and the car is in motion, we are still doing the video where I'm going to Masai Mara, and I want to capture all this trip on my way. I'm not going to miss out on anything because the phone was at some point doing this. This phone is fast enough, the AI used is fast enough to piece up all the frames. Frames in tech jargon, how do you break down frames? Frames is every element of an image. Every element of an image is put together in frames. So this camera comes with 60 frames per second. So it's able to process as many as 60 frames per second, which means like as many as small pieces of information is put together at once, in that you're able to see it in a stable way. In a stationary position, if that is what you wanted to see. Munaelewa?
And you spoke of AI. The main AI is basically just to make things, fast. So chap, as they say, identify things as fast as possible. Compress that information, process it, and just give you the output.
Make it available for the person looking at the video to see it.
Yes.
And this works everywhere across the camera, the camera feature, right? On the nightography part, when it's balancing the light, on the motion part, when it's stabilizing it. Everything about this camera for me is futuristic. What else do you want to tell me about this camera?
About, I saw the portrait and what is it called, video, what?
So let's talk about the portrait video.
Portrait video, exactly.
I love it.
Portrait video. We're so used to just taking photos, but again, you want to take a photo of me or a video of me, but you want to blur that background. So what you're able to do with the S23 series is you're able to do that with the portrait video feature, and especially if you want to focus on the subject. Especially it really works well with humans. Whether humans, blur the background to get that bokeh effect. To get a good video.
So guys, let me tell you something. I'm a Samsung user and I love my Samsung, right? So one thing about the Samsung phone, and I think maybe your phone is capable of doing this, there's a feature called the portrait photo feature. This one is in majority of the phones that you're using maybe. What it does is it focuses on the subject of the photo, as Nick said. So if I'm going to do a photo of you guys and you're in a very busy background, by busy background I mean there's a lot going on behind you. It could be a lot of material, photos, or people are moving around, or cars are moving. A lot is happening behind the scenes, and you want only to have a photo that is not distracting. Because if you're doing a photo of me, you want to focus on me without people paying attention to what's going on behind me, right? That is capable to be done with many phones. But not many phones are able to do the portrait video. I haven't seen any other, by the way. So what the S23 series has done is it gives you the portrait video. Remember what I've talked about the photo? Now put this in video context. Imagine you want to do a photo in the CBD. Let's paint this picture. Or you're at Sarit Center. You want to do a photo. Pale roundabout. You want to focus on your content creation. You're doing your Snapchat, your TikTok dancing. But you don't want people to focus on the other guys moving around you. You want to be the center of attention so that when I'm watching this video, it's you I'm paying attention to. So what the portrait video does is exactly that. It's going to focus on Nick doing his ta. Whatever is going on behind Nick, nobody can see that. It looks blurry. That feature is only available on the S23 series.
And we tried it yesterday. You saw how nice the videos look.
We will share videos that have been done with this feature after this live stream so that you guys can see how it looks like and paint a clear picture for you. I will put them on our Instagram stories so that you can see what I mean. But what it means is, this is my subject. I don't want distractions. I don't want noise. I want you to focus on the person or the subject that I'm doing the video on. right? So this portrait feature is available on your S23 camera. Other than the phone, it's also on the portrait video. Now, the next unique feature. So guys, as I said, please take note of what we are talking about, because questions are coming after every feature that we highlight. So far, I'll recap for you. We've highlighted the nightography, the ability to do content, photos, videos in low light setup. Even, actually this nightography feature, correct me if I'm wrong, what I noticed is it's capable of, the AI is able to even balance out when it's too bright. This does not only work when it's dark or the light is low. Even when it's too bright, like you're outside in the sun, the sun right now is like closer to us or something, it's burning to barbecue us. So the sun is so bright, even you'll notice when content creators are doing it, the cameramen, they're like, okay, let's wait for the sun to set so that we can do photos or videos, right? What this camera is capable of doing is, even when the light is that much burning, I don't know if you've tried that feature, it's amazing. Even when the sun is out there burning you, it's able to focus on balancing this light out, in that the photo does not look like somebody was touching you with the sun. Have you tried that? It's amazing. Yeah? That AI is amazing, right? So we talked about photography. What is the other thing we talked about?
I saw it, I was pretty lucky to attend the launch of this, this series.
Yeah.
And I saw Samsung showcase what they're calling the director's view. Director's view on the camera. So you see where initially you want to record a scene, then you have to be moving the camera to just get people's reactions. So what director's view does, is basically able to capture different shots, from different angles, just pointing the camera in one specific directions. And you're actually able to see it, from just the camera itself.
I think are you guys on TikTok? You're on social media, right? Because the simplest way to break down what Nick has said, I will use an example that everybody has practically tried. TikTok introduced this feature where it was called flip the camera. That is exactly what I can use as the best example for this, because I don't know any other way to paint it for you. Flip the camera is the simplest way for me to describe for you the director's view. Flip the camera was in that if I'm recording with my rear camera, I'm recording you guys, whatever is happening, I need to see, I have another small screen on this side that is showing me what's happening with the selfie camera. Do you remember that? It was a whole trend going on social media, and it was like an introduced AI on TikTok, and they were feeling like really amazing. So what this phone is capable of doing, you don't need to install anything additional. It's already available with the camera. So it comes with the director's view. Again, I'll go back to the guys who want to be content creators. If you're a media student, if you're in any class of communication, this one may be the phone you need to buy. You forget about buying your cameras, because you will be doing content and then sending this to your teacher as your project. So this looks like I want to record what's happening, but I also don't want to miss out on what's going on here where I am. So the director's view gives me like a snippet of whichever camera I'm not using. So if I'm using my selfie camera, for example, I want to do my selfie camera, I'm able also to see what's happening in the rear camera. Do you guys see how magical that is? Or is it just me that is mind blown by this?
I mean, if you're in a room and you want to capture everyone's reactions, that's the best setting to use.
The BTS guys.
Yes,
also.
BTS.
If you want to do behind the scenes, you don't need to have 25 cameras in one room, because sometimes it can be very messy, right?
Yeah.
So you can just capture from both angles. You're seeing both sides of the coin. The rear camera plus the selfie camera are working at the same time.
And you can always switch it actually, to different settings and different angles.
Oh yeah? You can do 360. You can just like, ooh, I want to see the entire room. So that is the feature called director's view. So far, I want you to recap the 4 main things we have talked about the camera.
So we spoke about, of course, the nightography, which is I really like. We've spoken about
tell these guys.
Yeah, so nightography. I've spoken about the director's view, the portrait, and also we've spoken about what was the other?
VDIS.
Yeah, the VDIS. Yeah, which
what's
really
VDIS
like.
in full?
VDIS, just video. Video stabilize. What? Video. Write it down.
Optical image stabilization
No,
on videos.
Yeah, that's OIS. Yeah. So in video, they're calling it adaptive video stabilization. Yes, adaptive video stabilization.
Adaptive. I don't think we highlighted the part where it's adaptive. Do you want to explain what adaptive means? Because I feel like we broke down the video and the stabilization, but we didn't focus on telling them what adaptive looks like. What is adaptive?
Yeah, there's a point I mentioned about it being able to actually identify the lighting condition and actually be able to now adapt to the setting and actually create that specific scene you want.
I want to see people's comments and then I will proceed. So, continue telling them about the features of the camera.
Yeah,
then I will be reading the comments for you.
Yeah, so basically the three ones we really focused on. So the adaptive video stabilization, the portrait video, which really works magic. The portrait, yeah, maybe we should actually try out. And what else?
The director's view.
Yeah, the director's view. Yes, if you want to get those nice BTS scenes, if you are, for example, into videography and photography, yeah, that's the best feature to actually use.
They're asking if the S23 is 5G enabled. New funny clips. This guy is called New Funny Clips. He's asking if all these phones are 5G enabled. Of course, all of them. We are in the future here. These phones are amazing. Before we move from the camera, I know we've covered a lot of those things, but there's something about the content level of this phone. So this phone is able to do from 1080 to 4K, and then to 8K. The reason I want to mention the 8K part is the futuristic element of this phone. We are right now in the 4K content era. I know in Kenya a lot of you don't have the 4K TVs to be able to process this content, but I want to put you in the mind of where Samsung is going with this innovation. In the next few years, if you remember 10 years back when we were watching videos in 720 pixels and we were like happy with that, then we realized, oh my god, 1080 is amazing, alright? And then you're like, oh, 720 is a bit low quality. Now we're in 4K. These guys have brought 8K, which means in the next 10 years, you will not be able to even process 1080 content. You'll be looking at it and wondering how was I able to consume this content. It looks very low quality. Can you see that in your feature? Or it's just me?
Yeah, I mean, of course, 8K content, the adoption is not that massive, especially even in Kenya right now.
At the moment,
but I love the direction Samsung is taking with, with this.
Yeah.
So let's see how the future looks like.
So this one is very futuristic, and one thing I respect about Samsung is the innovation bit. And if you're a person who is very ambitious, like myself, I'm a very ambitious person. I'm a person who sees the future. I'm like, in the next 10 years, where will we be? You want to be catching up with the trends. You don't want to be the person who is left behind, who is struggling with, things of the past. So this is the phone for you. If you want to start now becoming that person, if I were you, I would start saving up. And before we move from the camera, I want to make sure that this phone is available. These two phones, all the three of them, they are available for you to buy on Jumia. If you get the pre-order bundle on Jumia right now, it's available. We'll share the link to the official store by Samsung. You will get a package that gives you additional benefits. Additional benefits means, one, you get the Samsung Care Plus cover for 1 year. What the cover does is it gives you 1 year warranty on your phone screen. Right? We will talk about the screen, but always be safe, right? It covers you for 1 year free. In case you break your screen within that 1 year period, they're able to replace for you. And then if you buy this, let me just confirm before I lie to you also about this package and give you the price point for the phone right now, so that you can buy it for yourself or start saving. So the essence of this video is not to make sure you buy this phone right now. I want to help you make informed decisions, in that if you're planning to treat yourself even for Easter, you start knowing this is the phone I'm saving for because it's going to change my life. It's a phone that is going to fit perfectly in my life. If you're becoming a content creator, you don't have to start investing in a big computer, a camera, a sound, a microphone. You just get one phone that covers everything for you. Now, I want to ask them a question. Do you want to ask them or I ask them so that I give them a gift? You can ask them a question. Yeah? Above the camera. Okay. I want to ask. I ask them or you
okay,
ask them? I ask them the question. So we've mentioned very many features about this camera, but there are two unique features. Two about this camera that are not available in the other series for Samsung and any other phone that you have. Which two features are these? The first person to get this question correct gets a gift hamper from Samsung. Two unique features that are not available on the other cameras. Aki tumezisema sana. The very first, Brian said, okay, but you answered one. You don't give one, just give me both. Two answers. Let's see these guys. Adaptive video stabilization. Oh yeah, I have a guy, Brian, yes. Brian, no, it's not called that, Brian. The first one is a bit, it's missing something. It's missing, Guts, you have one, right? Yes, I have Arif Cupid. Director, please write this for me because I need to remember the winner. From YouTube, I have director's view and the portrait video. That's correct. Those are the two unique features that we've highlighted about the camera. Unique features. The nightography, the stabilization, they are amazing features. But the unique one, and I use the word unique, is the director's view and the portrait video. So, that is correct. Arif, I don't know Arif has gotten this one correct. So we can move on to the next part of this video. Congratulations, Arif. You've won yourself a gift hamper from Samsung. We will be giving that to you. I will give you the directions to get it after this video. The next feature about this phone, this series, what is it about we want to talk about? We've moved away from the camera.
From the camera, yeah.
Next part.
The performance.
The performance.
And I think if in the space I am in, when it was tipped Samsung was coming with the process coming in,
yeah.
Some of us were really excited and were really looking forward to see, what
the
how it feels
processor
like.
it's coming with.
Yes, I'm going to mention that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So when it was tipped now becoming the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, even
Snapdragon 8 Gen 2.
Yes.
Galaxy customized.
Yes, Galaxy. In fact, Samsung using an exclusive one they're calling Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. I think.
Galaxy.
Yeah, for Galaxy.
Yes,
yeah.
for Galaxy.
So if someone's gonna answer that, they're gonna remember the Galaxy. I hope they remember that. Yeah. So
I hope you heard him. You whispered. Don't whisper to me. Tell this guy.
I didn't want them to hear. So
no, we need to tell
Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. Yeah.
For Galaxy.
So and actually the best in the industry right now. As far as I know. Look at it from an car engine's perspective, right?
I like this analogy.
Yeah, if you love cars like me, you're also looking for a car that has powerful engine, a car can take you far. So, it's best what you're getting in this process on the Samsung, on the Galaxy S23 series. Actually, the three of them.
So I will explain the car part, but before we go to the car part, I want you to clarify this part because a lot of people, depending on the phone you're using, you may feel the need to brag and say, mine also has the Snapdragon Gen, 8, Gen 2, right? But I want you to be very clear, it's curated specifically for Galaxy. Specifically for Galaxy means it's made perfectly for this phone. In that the way this phone is operating, it was created to make sure it's at its optimum.
Yes. So
right?
It's been customized to basically just fit, what Samsung really wanted with this device.
Yeah.
And clock some of the highest speeds or the best graphics can do if you love gaming and all that. So basically that's it.
So Snapdragon 8 Gen 2
for Galaxy.
For Galaxy.
Yes.
I've been calling it V8, like I've been calling it Snapdragon V8 Gen 2, but there's no V apparently. I thought it's version 8 generation 2, but it's Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. So let me paint a picture for you. I like using the car story because what a processor does, for the sake of the non-techie people, it's like you mentioned, it's like an engine. It makes it determines how fast your phone is operating. First of all, how data is being processed within your phone. Forget the photo part. We talked about the photo. That is just one part of the information that your phone is processing at every second. Your phone is processing data so much at every given time. I think if you've ever checked when you're allowing your phone access, it gives you allow back-end, what is it? It's usually saying allow back-end data processing. I don't know what your phone says, but it gives you that kind of, ability. So what the processor does, I want you to explain this to these people in that they understand exactly. You said the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. What does this look like in terms of data processing? What is data processing on a phone? What does that look like?
For anyone who actually buys this phone, it only means you want a phone that can actually take care of all your heavy needs, right?
Yeah.
So when having a big processor means you're able to process even things like just taking photos, right?
Yeah.
How fast are your photos processed? All this related to the processor. How fast are you able to download images? Even just installing apps, how fast can they install? Basically, all these things you do with your phone, even from taking photos, even just shooting videos, how fast are they, compressed and all that. So it basically takes everything that involves performance with your phone.
So under the performance, there's something the S23 series is focusing a lot on. Even when you see the TVCs, you see the ads, they're talking about the gaming experience for the gamers, right? So the guys who are gaming, those are the people that use the biggest processors I can imagine. And I say this because I've seen people that when you're the gamers, I don't know if you're a gamer, I am not a gamer. Gamers want to buy, first of all, even a laptop that has a very big processor. They want to even buy specific kind of headphones because games are very heavy. They're one of the heaviest apps anybody can have on their phone. So what this phone is made, it's made in such a way that even when you're playing your games, whatever level of game you are, even if that game, what is that game again? I keep forgetting. Temple Run. Even if it's Temple Run you're playing, even if it's, I don't know many games, but whatever games you're playing, I will not even talk about the games. I will allow you to do that. Let me talk about processor from a point of view of a person like me who is working, schooling, creating content and doing all these things at the same time. I want to be able to download my very heavy documents from work while at the same time I'm creating content, and all these things are not making my phone to lag or hang. I don't want to be, I can't do 1, 2, 3 because I'm doing another thing, right? So if I'm creating content, I want to have my software to edit, so to a CapCut high. I want to have my phone able to edit my content. At the same time, I'm downloading PSD files from work, whatever files I've received from work, because I still have to work. I'm able to send my assignment to my teacher. And then all this is happening at the same time without my phone behaving like, okay, now we've done too much for today, can we take a break? And also something else about this processor. It does not, this one does not overheat.
Yeah.
That really, I don't like it. Even for laptops, for me, it does not work. When things start overheating, I start getting a bit uncomfortable. Like I feel like it's about to blow, right? So this processor and the overheating bit, why is it able not to overheat when it's doing this?
Why it's not? Because you get that 8 next gen processor, then added to it you are getting some 8 gigs of RAM, and 512 from 128 to 512 gigs of internal storage. So you have all this memory to play around with. You have a very powerful processor. And why should your phone overheat? It's about to take care of all these things in a very balanced manner, because that's what it's meant for.
So on the same part, for the performance bit, I understand that it has the smart AI battery.
Yes.
That is one of the reasons it's not overheating.
Yes.
So the smart AI battery, going together with this processor, allows me to have a phone that is performing at its optimal without the phone itself being overwhelmed. You can overwhelm your phone. So if you're this person, I will talk about this person that wants to be everything right now, because this is where we are as a people. You want to work, you want to have your side hustle, you also want to be in school, because we need to keep advancing as people, right? So you're able to do all these things concurrently, simultaneously. They're happening at the same time without your phone behaving like you're overwhelming it. It's able to multitask effectively, efficiently, smoothly. All right? So if you're that guy, I saw somebody comment saying I'm an IT person. IT guys, this phone is for you. Forget buying a million other gadgets. Just get this phone. You'll be able to have all your softwares that you need, all your apps, and they will be running smoothly because of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. All right?
Yes.
What else do you want to tell us about the performance?
The performance, I think we've basically covered it, everything. But I think what I need to mention is, all the combined, especially the memory part. You have a lot of space to actually play around with. I mean, 512 is massive.
Even 256.
Yeah, the one I have is 120 and I still have managed to exhaust that storage. So imagine if I have about 512.
Yeah.
So if you're even to content creation, you have so much space to keep your videos, to keep all your files, to keep all your music, all the apps you wanna. If you're the kind of apps who have a million, person who has a million apps on your phones like me, you have all that space. There's so many apps, right? So this will take care of everything.
Do you want to ask them a question so that we give them something?
Yes. So the
Give them a question.
So I want someone to name the processor and be specific in full.
I love that.
And be exclusive. Which processor exactly like Samsung using on these two devices? The
But
S23
no, I don't have access to my comments.
The S23 and the S23. So anyone who mentions that, what are they meaning again?
A gift hamper from Samsung. Samsung loves gifting you guys because of this live show. We asked a very simple question. I don't have access to my comments now. I will check that later. Then I will award you guys. So I'm not able to see. But we are asking you a question. Very simple one. The very first person to answer that correctly will get a hamper. I will be going through those comments. One, if you're on Facebook, I'm going to award somebody on Facebook for this one. You have to be a sharer. So you have to share this video on your page. Then comment with the processor that comes with the Galaxy S23 series in full. Ukiandika half of it, we won't give you anything, right? So it has to be in full. Let's go to the other part of this series, the S23 series. What else is so amazing about this one? So we've covered the camera. Under the camera, we talked about the photography. We talked about, what else did we talk about on the camera?
We talked about the director's view.
Director's view, portrait video.
Video,
VDIS.
Yes.
The optical image stabilization, alright? So, we finished that. Then we went to performance. For the guys that are in class taking notes, this is how you break your notes. Now we are part 2, performance. We talked about the processor that I won't name again because we asked you a question about it. Under the processor, we told you how amazing this phone is, how it's able to do everything for you, how it's capable of multitasking without being overwhelmed. Now we are going to the third part of this video. What else is so amazing about this phone?
So amazing. I think, of course, I've read so many good reviews about it as well, is the design of this phone.
The design.
Yeah, so Samsung is giving us, like I'm holding 2 of them here. So someone's giving us, for example, the 6.6 inch for the Plus and 6.2, yeah, 6.2 for the.
This is the size I like. I'm so obsessed with this phone. This is the 6.1 inch display. This is 6.1. This is the S23.
S23, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. This is my perfect size. So for me, I'm a small person with small hands. So this one fits perfectly. I would really love all the others because they're amazing. But to be honest, this one fits perfectly in my everything. It can fit in my small purse. It can fit here. But there's more about the design than just the size.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this design.
Just back to this display. Samsung is also offering us 120 Hz refresh rate on both devices, so that's really good.
What?
Hertz refresh rate.
120 Hz refresh rate. Please clarify this. Break it down.
I mean, if you've used any other phone, for example, because there are many brands offering, you see you're using a phone, you struggle really just scrolling through your apps. They're not moving fast. So what a refresh rate does is basically just giving you an easy way to switch through apps, go through reading through your content and all that, without your eyes straining and all that.
So refresh rate. Kimeru is not nice. Refresh rate. Refresh rate. When it has a very high refresh rate, it means that whatever, I will go back to the phone operating even behind the scenes. When you're not doing, even if you're not doing anything with your phone, it's still doing its own things, right? The apps are running. So refresh rate means if I'm moving from WhatsApp to Instagram, there is no time for me to notice I'm actually switching apps. That is what a fast refresh rate looks like, right?
Very swift.
Yeah, it's really quick. I can switch from one app to another. I can be using as many apps as possible at the same time, and all of them are operating and looking like it's so instant that I don't even notice that. That's what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, cool, perfect. What else about this design is mind-blowing for you?
Something else, I think Samsung is among the first also implement what they're calling the Victus Glass 2 on the
Gorilla.
Galaxy. Yeah, the Gorilla Glass
Victus.
2, yeah, which it's only one of the strongest displays, in the market right now.
So it's called Gorilla.
Yeah, so you can easily, even you touch it, feels very, very, very strong.
Yeah.
Actually, Samsung was saying, I read somewhere Samsung was saying, I even wrote it down here.
It's scratch resistant.
Yeah.
I want to explain the scratch resistant as he figures out what he's saying about it.
Yeah, so it offers durability
Yeah.
for long-term use and contains an average of 22% pre-consumer recycled content. So we're going to come back to that, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
We will come back to how it's made. For
it can survive drops of up to 3.28 feet into a hard surface like concrete and up to 6.5 feet surface on a surface like an asphalt. So
What does that look like? Is this like from here? So if a child is holding the phone, even if it falls, does not break the screen, the Gorilla screen. A child. A child. I will talk about the child because the child is short. Then I'll go to the scratch resistant part because that is my favorite part about the Gorilla screen. The Gorilla Victus 2 screen. Scratch resistant looks like this. Ladies, we have a lot of things going on in our handbags. A lot. There's stuff going on. There's khakis. There's, I don't know, we happen to have things going on in your phone. The last thing you want is when you're pulling out your phone, things now are looking a bit strange. The screen is scratched. Guys that, I don't know men if they carry their keys. I don't know how men put their keys. If it's in your pocket, men put everything in their pocket. You guys get like this size of a pocket in your trousers. And you're putting everything in your pocket. So, for the ladies, when you're putting your things in the handbag, including the phone, you have the security and the peace of mind to know the screen will not be scratched. It will not come looking like this, so that when you're looking at your screen, you're like, oh my god, my screen looks so ugly. For the dudes, when you're pocketing and putting everything in your pocket, including your future, you guys carry everything in your pocket. Even if you have coins, even if you have car keys, this screen will not be scratched. That is what scratch resistant looks like, alright? Perfect. What else is it about this glass that is so amazing?
Of course, we spoke about the refresh rate. Also, I love the fact that Samsung has used a lot of recycled materials, just the entire phone actually. Like the notes I took down, they're talking about, they've used a wider variety of recycled material, including pre-consumer recycled aluminium and glass, which I read earlier.
Where is that aluminium and glass?
Basically, just what we touched, earlier on.
So, guys, the other time I was talking about the Ultra, I mentioned this and I'll recap again. I'm a sustainability person. I'm an environmentalist and I love the environment. And I really love brands that have proper sustainability goals. And Samsung is one of those brands. And this is what they're doing amazing. So the S23, a lot of the things they have used, I may not even mention all of them because I even remember I told you the S Pen is also made from recycled material. So what they are doing is they are trying to have least carbon emission as possible on the environment. If you don't understand this jargon, I will help you understand it. What we are doing is global warming is getting crazy out here because people are not being responsible. People are just producing things. There's a lot of excess waste that is not necessary. So what Samsung is doing is trying to reduce the footprint by recycling whatever material is causing harm to the environment. I understand there's some glass used here from the ocean. If you've seen videos of how the ocean is polluted right now, you'll go crazy. Personally, I cry when I see that. And when a brand takes the initiative to go and collect this waste and recycle it and use it, and this does not even lower the quality. It's like high quality, it's refined, but it's also reducing the footprint on the environment. Do you feel me? Because I feel really touched right now. They are using whatever material you're wasting. You guys are we are throwing plastic, we are creating a mess in this environment, we are killing the fish in the ocean. This is what Samsung is doing. They're like, okay, there's so much mess going on. Let's try and fix it one series at a time. So they bring the S23 series. They're like, how can we contribute to less carbon emission? So they pick all these products, all this waste that we are destroying the environment with, and then they recurate it in such a way that it is really high quality, and yet, like, it looks and feels, and it is, I don't know how to print it. You guys have to have this one to know what I'm talking about. Like, when I say recycled, I don't mean that you get your plastic, you melt it, and then, no, this is done in very high quality technology, in that the quality is not compromised, but the material used is not causing any harm to the environment. And that is one of my favorite things about this.
Yeah, in fact, Samsung is saying the use of recycled ocean-bound plastics in the Galaxy S23 series could prevent more than 15 tons of discarded fishing nets from entering the world's ocean by 2023, helping to reduce ocean pollution. So that's big. That's huge.
You're killing the tunas, guys, and the salmons. These guys are trying to make sure you don't kill the tunas. You're trapping them there and they're dying. It's not nice. I love this for Samsung. This is amazing for me. So a lot of the material here, if you're an environmentalist, if you love the planet that we are living in, you will buy this one just because it's also helping you not cause more damage to this planet, right? So what else do you want to tell them about this one?
We spoke about the durability and the display, but that does not mean now you should just carelessly keep your phone, because it's durable, so you can actually just throw it down to just test and all that. Yeah, so maybe consider getting a case or something to just keep your phone.
Oh, they come with the cases. When you buy it right now on pre-order, I'll go back to Junior as well. I work there. When you get the pre-order bundle, you have a chance of getting a nice case, a nice cover coming with the phone. But also these phones come in different colors. And one thing they're saying, they're calling it environment. What is this name?
Environment friendly?
These colors of nature.
Oh.
They're called colors of nature. If you're a nature lover, again, I feel like this vibe is for people that are just positive about this planet. Everything about the S23 series is just positive vibes about the planet. This is where everybody is going. If you're not team environment, wherever they catch up, we are headed there. So it comes in different shades. I want us to tell them about the colors. I don't know them all of them of it, but I know there's violet. lavender, the blue, the purple, the cute one. This one, it's here. The cute one. You guys can see it. The lavender. It's so pretty. I love the lavender. There's cream. Is this the cream? This is not cream. This is cream. Oh my god, I know my colors. This is amazing. And then it comes in the phantom black. Phantom black. I love calling it phantom black because it's really black. Then there's the green. The green is my favorite because again, I love nature. Green. So if you don't feel like black is your color, you can either buy the case or you can buy it in a different shade. Still lazima, you don't have to get it in black. If you feel like black is basic, because I've noticed there are people who find black as a basic color. Like me. Unaona green? Mimi napenda green. It's in green. There's a green one that comes. And then there's cream and then there's lavender and the black one. If you don't get that, they come in so many cases. There are so many cases you can buy. Those ones are available for your phone. I don't have all the colors top of mind, but there's a wide selection for you to pick from, which also is made from recycled material, right? It's also made from recycled material. So everything about this series is zero footprint on the environment. Like we are here, like save this environment, one phone after another. What else do you want to tell them so that I can ask them a question?
Maybe just highlight what you're getting, especially the battery.
Yeah.
There's an improvement from the S22 series. You know, like now for the S23, that's 3,900 mAh. Then the Plus has 4,700, so there's an improvement. Yeah, basically that's it.
So for you, I said basically. I don't like that. Don't say basically. There's more to this battery than just basically.
Yeah.
This battery has smart AI. And the smart AI on the battery is not just basic. Your phone may be 4,000 mAh, good for you. But is it a smart AI powered battery? Is it capable of having a mind of its own? Because what I understand about the S23 series is the battery is capable of adjusting to your use. So if you're a person who uses your phone heavily, it adjusts to your behavior. It's like, okay, this person likes using so much of this phone, so I'm going to reduce the consumption of this battery. In that it's able to keep the power, it's also able to allow the phone to operate at its optimal without running out of charge and without overheating. So it's a smart AI kind of battery. It's not just a basic 4,000 mAh battery.
Yeah, this stands for the process actually, because it has been optimized for exclusively for Samsung products, you know, to just help and help in power efficiency.
Also, it charges within 1 hour, 0 to 100, super fast charge. Like, I don't know, if you don't feel this is mind blowing for you, mine is mind blown. All right. So since I can't see your comments, I will not be able to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question on our pages. Then you will answer. Alafu tutawapea giveaways. So let's recap everything we said for these guys before we leave them. We started with the camera. Nitography, yeah. So we spoke, how you can basically take advantage of the new series to take very nice night photos. Yeah. Low light. Yeah, low light photos. Yeah. Because you can use still in a dark lit room, even during the day, but still make use of the night mode. Yeah. On the phone. We spoke of the what is the directors? VDIS. If you want to take stable images without having to get a tripod and everything, just use your hand. And the phone will just stabilize the content for you. I spoke about the director's view. If you want to get very nice phone images or even videos from different angles, this can get everyone's reaction all at the same time. At the same, you can actually make use of that. And of course, the portrait video, to get that bokeh effect and clear, you just get a good, nice shot of your subject. That's also one of the blurring the other noise all around.
Exactly. So we spoke about that as well. Then we spoke about, of course, the processor. Which is really optimized for this particular phone. So
the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2
for
Galaxy.
Because it's actually been optimized for basically do all the things you want to do with your Galaxy, your Samsung phone. We spoke about
the amazing smart AI battery.
The smart AI battery. We spoke about the nice design that Samsung has implemented on this phone. And of course, what else did you?
The sustainability bit, how we are living zero footprint on
recycled material that has been used in the design of this phone, including the glass.
Yes, the Gorilla Victus 2. I feel nice saying that one. I feel like Gorilla Victus 2 is so powerful. It's resistant free. Gorilla Victus 2. It's resistant free. What is it called? Scratch resistant. It does not scratch. It's amazing. It can fall from a child's head all the way down. It does not break. So amazing. It comes in different colors, and you can get this phone all of the 3 of them on pre-order on Jumia. Not pre-order. So when I say pre-order, guys, don't think that when you order now you won't receive it until I don't know when. No, it's available on Jumia Express. Jumia Express means if you place your order by 6 p.m., you receive it the next day in Nairobi. And then within the next 2 to 3 days if you're outside Nairobi. So it's available. The advantage of getting it on the pre-order bundle is it comes with these other added advantages that you will see on the page when you go to the Jumia website. But also, a part of my favorite part of the bundle is the 1-year Samsung Care Plus that covers my screen in case it happens to break. In which case, I don't think it will break though because it's Gorilla Victus 2. But things happen. You may drop it and then step on it. I don't know. You may break it, but you will be covered for that 1 year. So, and also it comes with a free case when you buy it on pre-order bundle. So
when does the pre-order end?
On the 3rd.
28th, yeah, on 28th.
End of this month. The very end of this month. As we cross over to my birthday month, March, you will be able to get it without the pre-order. But for now, if you want to enjoy these benefits, I suggest you buy it in this February, right? In Aisha, 28th of February. I think that was it.
Yep.
I hope you guys learned a lot about this S23 series as I did. I've learned so much even talking about it to you guys. The more you teach people things, the more you learn about them. So the more I interact with you and this phone, the more I get to fall in love with it more. So if you're feeling like you want to surprise me, you know what to get me. The S23 smartphone. Yep. Alright, thank you so much guys. Nick, your last words for this guys?
Last word, thank you so much for joining. I hope we do this again. It's really interesting. Just tell people about the new series where they can actually get them, and trust me, it's not disappointing. It's only a good device to actually purchase.
So my closing words are: if you're a person who has been struggling with figuring out the kind of phone you need, or not even the phone, the kind of gadgets you need in your life, if you're trying to start off your career as a content creator, I know everybody is trying to get there. If you're trying to figure out your career, if you're trying to figure out your school life, if you're trying to balance everything out, and you know you want everything in one place, you don't want to carry your backpacks everywhere, you want to be a modern person, you want to be this trendy human being right now. You're the person where I am the one asking, everybody's asking you to send them photos after the parties. You want to be that person, you want to be the trendsetter, the cool guy in the squad. This one is for you. It looks sleek. It is sleek, it is amazing in performance, it is great with the camera, it's going to multitask for every part of your life, from school to work to content creation to your future to gaming to even creating the apps. This phone is perfect for you, and that will be my last words for you, and say bye bye until next time. Hopefully we see you soon. Bye guys.
Bye.
I'm hot.